Alright, so before I end this video, I'm going to do a quick mini review on this. I tried to do a review on this sample earlier, but unfortunately it didn't turn out the way I liked it to be, so I'm going to do it in this video. So this is the sample version of the Walmart 2021 Billy Bass. It's a sample that came from an employee who worked at Walmart, and he was responsible for selling a few sample Walmart Billy Basses to me, Furby Man, and VT4. Furby Man and VT4's sample Billies are actually the earlier models, and the one that I have in this video that I'm filming right now is actually a later model. The main differences between the two, what's changed on this one, is that this later model, it has a few differences than their samples. The first thing you can see right off the bat is that this one has a Try Me sticker. The later sample ones, they were given Try Me stickers. As you can see right there, it's got a Try Me sticker. Theirs do not. They do not have a Try Me sticker. Also, the nameplate is basically just like the released one. It's not the it's not that weird orangish color like the prototype one is, or the earlier samples, and it also doesn't have the weird text that's out of place. This one's fairly straight. So those are the main differences that I've noticed with this fish. Also, the skin's slightly different. I mean, it looks kind of more like the released one. But yeah, it doesn't look like as weird or as similar to the prototype one, but still has some resemblance. Mainly because it still has the two M's in the skin, which the released one does not. They never came out with this pattern, only the samples in the prototype one did. So those are some different. That's the differences with the front of the fish. It does have a difference in the back, but it still has the same sound quality as the other samples. This one was actually made in July of 2021. The early models, I mean, not the early models, the early samples were made in June of 2021. I asked Furby Man what the number on here says for his, and it says 0621, and mine says 0721. So that confirms that this one is actually a later sample, and not the same one that Furby Man and VT4 have. Also, the box is different than theirs. The box for this one is just like the released one. It's just like it. It doesn't have any Made in China stickers plastered all over it. It has a thinner cardboard like the released one. The cardboard is thinner on it like the released one. The early sample one, they actually have thicker cardboard for the box, which is really interesting. Now, the only differences that I could tell between this sample box and the release box is that the green on the sides of the plaque is darker on this sample. And it has the prototype Billy Bass right there. That's what the prototype looks like. And you can see it has the 2M arches in there and the darker nameplate, which this one does not have. It doesn't have that darker nameplate. And it has a Try Me sticker. This one does not. It's a prototype one, obviously. And then the text plays and sings, "Hunting, fish, and loving every day, and take me to the river." That's also slightly darker on this sample box. But the back's pretty much the same as the released one. It doesn't have any fuzzy text like the like Furby Man and VT4's sample billies do. They have fuzzy text. This one does not have fuzzy text at all. It's just like the released one. And so yeah, I'll do a quick side-by-side between this one and the released one. So this is the late sample, which is right here. And then, hold on, let me get this sorted out. That's the sample, and then that's the released one. You can tell there's also a few differences between them. The skin's a lot lighter on the released one. The plaques are pretty much the same in the front with this sample and the released one. The only difference is this one's color on the plaque is slightly brighter and not as saturated as the other one is. It's barely noticeable. They almost look identical to each other, but it's there. So the plaques are pretty much the same. The mold on the fish is completely different. The sample one's a little longer and it's a lot thicker. If I try to raise his head, all this rubber forces itself up back onto itself. But if I just do it to the released one, it moves so much easier. That's because the latex is much thinner on it. Also doesn't have as much stuffing as this one does. This one has a lot of stuffing for some reason. But yeah. And then it also has this covering, which the sample does not. And they are different on the back. The released one uses a much lower quality speaker. But the sample one uses a much better quality speaker. Here's the backs between the two of them. The text is different on the sample compared to the release one. It's a lot brighter, and it's like a white color. On the released one, it's not. It's a lot darker. It doesn't really look darker on camera, but actually, yeah, it is darker on camera. But yeah, you can tell that the backs are different between the two as well. That's literally the only thing on the back that's different between the two of them. And their speakers are also different as well. This one uses a much lower quality speaker, so it's a lot quieter. I don't have batteries in this one, so I can't show you. While this one has, well, a speaker kind of like the 15 years and the 2019 15-year Billy, which is much better quality than what they put in the released one. So yeah, it's pretty much the late Billy Bass sample. I hope you guys enjoyed. If I ever get the earlier sample that Furby Man or VT4 have, I'll happily do a video on that, but I highly doubt I'll be able to get it, which is a little bit of a shame because I would love to have both. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the sample Billy Bass. I hope you guys enjoyed. And this one's an actual sample, unlike those two. Those two are probably not samples. At least the one on the bottom isn't a sample. I don't know about the top one, but yeah. That's it. That's pretty much it for the actual sample. Thanks for watching, and bye. Oh shit, hold on.